Mr. Lanto would like to, he's not going with any House counsel. He is.
In the pursuit of truth, we analyze the law. This is Justice Clash 24.
He's wishing to represent himself. So today's the date and time set for the arraignment and pretrial. He is in prosecutor room 1.
Okay. All right, very good. I'll be there.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Don't think I made any headway with Mr. Greco.
Mr. People versus Lanto.
Your Honor, David Greco here on behalf of the City of Taylor.
And Mr. Lanto, your name for the record, please.
Well, I'm here in a conference room. Can I just come into the court?
If you'd like to, yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm bringing the recording up here.
Hello.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning. First, I'd like to recall the case of City of Taylor versus Joshua Lanto, case number 2022-22-2024-OM-OM. That case was dismissed without prejudice, which is against my wishes, and which is why I chose to speak for myself in the court of law today.
Imagine walking into court and telling the judge, "I don't need a lawyer, I'll handle this myself." Would you ever dare to do that? Or do you think this guy's just setting himself up for disaster? Be honest. What would you do in his place?
Today's the date and time set for an arraignment and pretrial in this matter. First off, as to the arraignment, sir, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you at trial. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the court at public expense. Do you understand those rights?
I understand the rights that you just told me.
All right. Sir, are you choosing, I do have a court-appointed attorney here. Are you choosing to represent yourself today?
I am choosing to speak for myself.
Well, let's just represent, speak.
I mean, in legally.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah,
So-
no, you can't represent.
No, just
I just know.
at any point, if you do wish to have a court-appointed attorney, please let the court know so that I can effectuate that right in your wishes with regard to it.
I appreciate that.
Now, with regard to the alleged charges in this matter, it is alleged that with regard to the arraignment, do you wish me to read the complaint, or would you like to waive formal reading?
If you'd like to read it into the record, I'd appreciate that.
Sure. Okay. All right. It is alleged.
Object to that for just a moment. Because you did say, which is why I was trying to recall the matter of City versus Taylor versus Joshua Lanto in the previous case, because you said in that arraignment that I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so obviously that case
Did
got.
you get a copy of the complaint? Are you talking about in this matter?
No, I haven't seen anything. As a matter of fact, I've requested
Sure, well,
discovery from your House counsel several times and they have not given it
But
to
this
me.
case hasn't even started yet. This case is just getting along.
Right, so the case.
It's at the arraignment stage. Right?
Yeah, so the case that I wanted to recall, because I had the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges in that case, but it's clear
But that's
that,
not the case that's on my docket.
but that's why I wanted to recall that case, because this stems from the same incident, so it's almost
You're
like.
saying recall as of, because there's two different meanings of the word recall. Recall is to remember, or recall is to actually call that case.
I would actually like to call that case because it was dismissed without prejudice, and I wanted to be dismissed with prejudice, and I made it clear to House counsel that I had expenses when it came to that case.
Okay.
I think it's only fair.
So just from a procedural standpoint, it's not on the docket today. Due and timely notice wasn't given to the court nor to Mr. Greco about your desire to do anything with that case. So you need to motion that up for a motion.
But we are on record, right?
But we are on the record, and,
Okay.
and let the record reflect that I'm telling you that procedurally you need to, if you have anything you want to do with some other case that isn't the case that's set for this docket today,
Yeah.
file a motion, file it with whoever you're going to serve obviously the other side, serve a copy on the court. The court will set it for a motion date.
Yeah, I appreciate
Then
that.
that case will be brought, and everybody will be knowingly and voluntarily present, and they will be given all the notice ahead of time of what?
Constitutional rights that you explained to me is that I have the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges. And my point.
That's correct, and that's why I just told you that you were, the count one is alleged that you violated City Ordinance 32-31, commonly known with interfering with police authority. Now, if you'd like me to read the expanded complaint, I can read the expanded complaint to you.
Well, may I just speak without being interrupted for a minute?
First off, I'm not interrupting you. Second, I'm just making sure that things are procedurally done correct. Third, I'm going to advise you that anything you say can and will be used against you. You do have a right to remain silent.
I understand.
So if you choose to say anything.
Well, the reason I'm asking questions about the cause and the nature of the charges is because on the last case that got dismissed, it was clear.
You got to stop referencing the last case, because that's a separate case. Whatever happened with
we
that
have the
case,
same thing going on in this case. We have a similar situation in this case, whereas I don't know if the prosecutor understands the cause and the nature of the charges because he had to dismiss the last case.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So
I'm about to then let me read the complaint to you.
Okay.
Let me make sure you get a copy of the complaint.
Right.
So,
And I saw your YouTube channel I saw your video on YouTube. Where
first off, it's not my YouTube channel. It's something that's forced upon me that I'm required to do because there's a court order signed by my chief judge. I prefer to do all my cases in person, but I'm required to broadcast them live.
Now this is wild. The moment he realizes the hearing is being streamed on YouTube, his entire attitude shifts. You can almost see him performing for the camera instead of defending himself. Do you think he's genuinely fighting for his rights, or just chasing online attention? Drop your take in the comments. I really want to see what side you're on.
Watch a couple of things on YouTube or a couple of things on Google, and they think they become a legal scholar.
Well, let's be honest. They watch Law and Order, and then they think they're experts on the law.
I can't watch Law and Order.
Me neither. It's actually painful to watch that sort of stuff.
It's entertainment. That's exactly
It is. It's meant for entertainment.
It's not.
Right. On the last case that was here, though, I just have a few other clarifications.
Listen, again, I'm not going to discuss on the record any other cases that are no longer.
No. This isn't in regards to another case. This is in regards to my case and what happened.
This case right here.
Yeah, in this case, right. Yeah.
Again, before you start discussing the facts of this case, I am going to caution you that you have the right to sign it.
I don't sign anything, so I'm just.
That's a copy of the.
Okay, appreciate that. And now is there?
So now I'm going to read into the record what the allegations are.
Okay.
All right. So it is alleged that on November the 17th, 2022, that you violated City Ordinance, Chapter 32, Article 2, Section 32-31, interfering with police authority, which states, it shall be unlawful for any person within the city to resist any police officer, any member of the police department, or any person duly empowered with police authority while in the discharge or apparent discharge of their police authority duty, or in any way to interfere with or hinder the police officer or member of the police department in the discharge of the police officer engaged in a repeated course of conduct to interfere with Officer Andrew Borg's discharge of his authorized duties, which include traffic enforcement on South Telegraph Road near Ecorse Road in the city of Tampa. You, Mr. Lanto, allegedly had unlawful actions, including following Officer Borg on multiple traffic stops, approaching the traffic stops in the close proximity to Officer Borg and his vehicle and the drivers, yelling obscenities and insults at Officer Borg, and video recording Officer Borg while inside of his patrol vehicle while he was accessing protected lien information concerning the drivers that were pulled over. It's also alleged, Mr. Lanto, you were ultimately arrested after Officer David Jones witnessed you walking within close proximity to Officer Borg's vehicle during a traffic stop and attempting to video record Officer Borg while he was inside his patrol vehicle accessing lien information about the driver. In count one, more specifically, in count one, the violation of section 32-31, interfering with the police authority. You, Mr. Lanto, the defendant, allegedly approached the traffic stop at approximately 3:04 p.m. and interfered with Officer Borg by being in close proximity to Officer Borg, his patrol vehicle, and the pulled over driver. Violation of section 32-31, interfering with the police officer. And that you, the defendant, Mr. Lanto, allegedly approached the traffic stop at approximately 3:31 p.m. and interfered with Officer Borg by strike that, by being in close proximity to Officer Borg, his patrol car, and the holdover driver in a parking lot on South Telegraph Road, and attempting to video record Officer Borg while he was inside of his patrol vehicle, accessing leading information about the driver, and otherwise discharging his police authority. Again, those are misdemeanors punishable by 93 days in jail and or up to $500 in fines. Those are the factual basis which gave rise to probable cause to execute this warrant, and now is being charged against you. Again, you have the right to remain silent. Again, you do have the right to have counsel at any given time. You're choosing today. As to those charges and the allegations, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or you stand mute?
Well, I have to make a few clarifications before I make an informed.
This isn't a matter of clarifications. This is you either pleading guilty, not guilty, or standing mute.
Well, I was told I have the right to be informed of the cause and the nature of the charge.
did.
You just read this into the record, and all it did was confuse.
I did.
So, because we have right in here that Officer Bo, or I was told
Listen,
I was
I'm
in
not-
close proximity of Officer Bo.
I'm not
What
going to
is-
get
what
into
is
the
close
particulars.
proximity?
Listen, I'm not going to get into the particulars. This isn't the trial. This is nobody's sworn in under oath. There's a subject to cross-examination by both sides. That's what trials are for.
Okay,
That's what trials are for.
before I make an informed.
This is just these things. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to either choose guilty, not guilty, or just don't say anything. Or if you're not responsive, then I'll just enter a plea of not guilty so that your not guilty status is preserved and your constitutional rights preserved there as well.
Well,
So how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty?
I object for clarification.
Sure. Guilty or not guilty?
Well, I object to that because I can't make an informed plea today.
All right, then I'm going
Unless I have- unless I have-
to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
This part right here says everything. The judge tries to keep it respectful, but Josh keeps pushing, mocking, and arguing like he's in control. Do you think the judge handled it perfectly, or was he being too harsh and controlling? If you were sitting in that courtroom, whose side would you be on, the judge or Joshua?